three. Colbert converts again.
Outside to Cordell. Pull up 20-footer. Good! Bounce past the Duffy's left hand.
They're watching CTV Sports!
I feel so alive. The Rams are 25.
Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Olivia Landis.
And I'm Brett Kennedy.
The Colorado State women's basketball team kept up with its consistent winning streak, but this time it came with a little bit more difficulty. The Rams clinched their second border war win this season against the Wyoming Cowgirls this past Saturday with a close 62-57 victory. This win extended CSU's school record to 21 straight wins, which is the second longest streak in the nation. To add more butter to the biscuit, the Rams reached yet another milestone this season. For the first time since November of 2002, Colorado State has earned a spot in the latest AP Top 25 poll. The Rams, who are ranked number 25 in the poll, oversee their best defense in school history, ranking 9th nationally in points per game allowed. The Rams now look to remain undefeated in Mountain West play this Wednesday when they take on the New Mexico Lobos. Brett, this team has just been so impressive. They finally broke that Becky Hammond 98-99 season record, and now they're going on 21 wins, but it came with a little bit of difficulty against the Wyoming Cowgirls.
They did have a difficult time in that game, but they do have all the momentum right now, especially going into the Mountain West tournament and beyond to possibly into the NCAA tournament. I like this team's chances going forward to make it into the top 25. The first time a Mountain West team has made it into the top 25 since 2010. It's been a while. That's pretty big for this team.
And the fact that they haven't been in the top 25 poll since 2002 just says a lot. And I think that it comes after breaking a record like that. It's hard to consistently keep winning games. So the fact that it was a close game against Wyoming, but they still took it away, says a lot about the consistency of this team.
Coach Ryan Williams does have this team's mindset in the right spot. That's why I like this team's chances going forward, I think.
I agree, Brett. Well, winning is about all the women's basketball team has done this season. I was able to catch up with the team to get their thoughts on being atop the record books.
It's just so unique and so special to be a part of this team. I have never personally ever played on a team that's this good.
History is written by the victors, and after winning 21 games in a row, the Colorado State women's basketball team has placed itself at the top of the record books.
Honestly, I don't think it's really sunk in yet. I think after the season, we're gonna be like, wow, we really beat the school record. But right now, we're just taking one game at a time, and we just wanna, be able to just win more games.
With 21 straight wins, the Rams have surpassed the previous record of 19, which was achieved by the 98-99 team led by Becky Hammond.
It's really cool because people keep comparing us to her team, and so that's obviously awesome because Becky Hammond's a legend and a role model to so many, and to see her success and to be compared to her is like, it's an honor pretty much.
It feels good to be a part of history. I'm glad this group gets to be in the record books for probably a long time, and we have a lot of respect for Becky Hammond and those teams. We've heard so many stories about those teams and that team in particular. Becky Hammond's the golden child of Colorado State women's basketball. Win the moment. Whether we're in the weight room, you win that 1 hour. Whether you're in the film session, you win that film session. Whether you're in a math class, you win the classroom. So we compartmentalize and talk about winning that way.
Head coach Ryan Williams has taken an unorthodox approach to recruiting overseas. He mentioned that his approach has played a role in the team's success this season and with recruiting in the state of Colorado.
The Colorado State men's basketball team hosted an orange-out border war with Wyoming this past Saturday. The Rams fell to the Cowboys 84-66. CSU found itself behind 17-2 just 6 minutes into the contest as Wyoming hit 11 out of its first 14 shots, including 5 of 7 from the three-point arc. Colorado State closed the gap to just 9 late in the game, but couldn't make it any closer in a matchup where Wyoming led by 21 at one point. The Rams shot a dismal 31.7% to finish the game, while Wyoming finished with an impressive 55.4%. Leading the way for Wyoming was Josh Adams, who seemed to be in an absolute zone for the entire night. Adams finished with 37 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals. One bright spot for CSU was Emmanuel Amogbo and Teal Daniels. Both finished with double-doubles, as Amogbo finished with 13 points, Daniels with 12, and both grabbing 11 rebounds each. This margin of loss for the Rams was the largest this season. After the game, head coach Larry Eustace was clearly frustrated with his team's performance, but is still comfortable with the Rams' future.
I have no issues about where our program is at. I mean, they're now 12-15, and they went to the tournament last year. It's a game. It's a 40-minute game, and that's what it is. Long term, I feel real comfortable. Right now, I feel like is the best way to put it.
The Rams will be right back at it tomorrow in a home game against New Mexico starting at 8 p.m. Now, Liv, Coach Eustace, as you could see right there, was not very happy that his team only shot 31% in this game. How do you think this team played in this game?
Well, Brett, this one's kind of obvious. I think the biggest problem the Rams faced in this game was that they got so far behind so early in the game, and then Josh Adams just went off, so I don't think they could recover at any point.
Josh Adams, as we've said in the past, is one of the best players in the Mountain West. 37 points, just couldn't be stopped. Everything he seemed to throw up seemed to go in. The Rams didn't really have an answer for him.
No, what do you think that the Rams have to do to have more success along this season? Because as you can see, they have had almost no success against the Cowboys.
They've lost 5 straight matchups, as you can tell by the graphic there, Liv. This team needs to shoot better, especially moving forward into the Mountain West tournament. It's anyone's game once the tournament starts, so I think CSU definitely has a chance to save its season, but they've really got to win that Mountain West tournament to move on to the NCAA tournament. It's a long shot.
I think consistency really needs to be key here, not only on the offensive side, but on defense as well. They've had some key players really step on offense, but they haven't had a consistent defensive game, and I think that's come back to bite them in the butt a lot.
The leadership is there. There are some key veteran players on this team, Joe Deciman being one of them. Head coach Larry Eustace has been around a long time. The leadership is there. We'll just see what happens the rest of the way.
Hopefully the rest of the season goes a little bit better than last week's game.
I totally agree. Well, as the season is approaching tournament time, CTV sports reporter Travis Green sat down with senior forward Teal Daniels to get his take into heading into the Mountain West tournament.
Last season, you guys don't necessarily get far in the Mountain West tournament. Yeah. How big of a goal is that this season to get far and possibly win so you get that automatic bid and make the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, it's huge for us, because, a lot of people can say we can sit here and we don't look at the bracketology and see who's on the bubble and who's in and who's out. We look at that stuff too. We try not to, but it's hard when you're on Twitter and everybody's retweeting it and, you kind of just click on the link and you see. And, we're not dumb. We see that as of right now, San Diego State is pretty much the only team that the selection committee is looking at to even give an automatic bid regardless of what happens in the tournament.
Yeah.
So we're looking at this as, we wanna make our run, late rather than early. We wanna go into the tournament hot. We wanna make it like teams just do not want to play us because we playing good basketball and we're clicking on all cylinders. So I think if we can come in hot, and it's definitely going to be a goal for us to win that, because it would suck to have San Diego State as an automatic bid and for them to win, because they're taking a bid for somebody else in the conference. So, we definitely we always play those guys tough, and we wanna make it to where we're going into the tournament hot, so we can make a run and we can get that automatic bid for us.
It's break time.
But don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with more news on your Colorado State Rams.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
Welcome back from the break. The CSU women's swim and dive team finished 8th in the Mountain West Championships this past week, scoring 223 total points in the 4-day event in College Station, Texas. Highlighting the championships was a pair of 7th place finishes by the Rams as junior Jenna Berry finished with a time of 2 minutes, 15 seconds in the 200-meter breaststroke, and freshman Ida Donahue finished in a personal best of 16 minutes and 48 seconds in the 1,650-meter freestyle. Katie Kicklighter also added points for the Colorado State Rams with a 12th place finish in the 100-meter freestyle. As a team, CSU beat out Air Force and Fresno State in the championships and improved its scores from the 2015 meet by over 50 points.
Over the weekend, the Colorado State softball team was in Sin City for the Demerini Desert Classic. The Rams played in 5 games over a 3-day span, outscoring their opponents 31-12. Despite the large deficit in runs, the Rams finished out the tournament with a 3-2 record with wins over Portland State, BYU, and Cal State Northridge. Up next for the Rams is another tournament on the road. CSU will pack its bags and head out to California for the Mary Netter Memorial.
The Colorado State women's tennis team picked up its 3rd straight win at home this past Saturday, beating Colorado College 7-0 at the Fort Collins Country Club. The Rams dominated in singles competition as Maddie Buxton didn't drop a game, winning both of her sets 6-0. Emily Colbo, Madison Porter, and Ana Hernandez-Soler almost accomplished that same feat, winning by scores of 6-1 and 6-0 in their sets. The next 5 matches will be on the road for the Rams, starting with a trip to Las Vegas, Nevada this weekend to play Cal State Northridge and UNLV.
The CSU men's golf team opened its spring schedule this past Sunday at the Paso Tiempo Golf Club in Santa Cruz, California. The Rams lost a close duel with the Nevada Wolfpack 289-283. Top scorer was Blake Cannon, who finished the day with an even par 70 to tie him for 2nd place. Not far behind was Colton Yates and Max Olefke. Yates finished 1 shot back in 4th place at 1 over 71, and Olefke finished 6th with 3 over 73. Up next for the Rams will be a 3-day National Invitational Tournament this Sunday, hosted by the Arizona Wildcats in Tucson, Arizona. Well, Brett, what are your plans for this weekend?
There's a big event going on this weekend, Liv. The Avalanche are hosting the Detroit Red Wings in an outdoor game at Coors Field. I am so excited to watch that one.
I think this is pretty interesting. You want to know why? Because I was at Coors Field watching the DU versus CC hockey game, and they did say, I don't want to brag, Brett, but they did say we were part of history. There was over 35,000 attending, the most in a college hockey game at Coors Field.
Lucky you. There's something about hockey that's outdoors that just makes it magical.
And I think the cold has a lot to do with it too, makes it feel a little bit more real.
It might. You never know. But our time is all up. Be sure to check out collegian.com tomorrow for coverage of the men's basketball game, as well as throughout the rest of the week for the latest and greatest in Colorado State athletics.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's CTV Sports, and we'll see you guys next time.
It's a big game night for the women's basketball team. I'm sports anchor Molly Baltzer.
And I'm sports anchor Carly Schwarzkopf.
The Colorado State women's basketball team takes on the New Mexico Lobos tonight in Albuquerque. The Rams are sitting at a 24-1 record and still hold a perfect 14-0 in the Mountain West Conference. After beating Wyoming in the border war this past Saturday, the women's team is now ranked in the AP Top 25. This is the first time they've been ranked since 2002. A key player I'm picking for this game is Kiora Wary. She was out there killing it. She was looking like she was having a great time, and she just did awesome. And this game was actually the closest the Rams have gotten in these past few games. I mean, they've been killing these other teams, and against this Wyoming team, it was a little bit close.
Yeah, for sure. These girls, I think they're going to pull off a win tonight, too. They've won 22 games in a row. Sometimes that can be a little nerve-wracking. You feel like you can't make any mistakes in the game, but these girls have got it down. They have such good chemistry on the team. I think they'll be just fine.
I think so, too. I mean, the Lobos are currently sitting at a 14-11 record and 7-7 in the Mountain West, so I think the Rams are going to pull it off tonight.
Yeah, I agree. The Colorado State men's basketball team put a stop to its 3-game losing streak last night with a win against the New Mexico Lobos. The Rams played smart and worked the floor well. Head coach Larry Eustace told his team to focus on defense and rebounding. The Rams exceeded coach's expectations by coming away with 15 offensive rebounds and defending the Lobos hard. The Lobos' defense, on the other hand, was weak, and the Rams took full advantage, making perfect cuts and feeding our big guys down low. The Rams were unstoppable, pulling away with an 86-69 win. With Teal throwing down and a big dunk from John Gillen, this week's key player was harder than most, but ultimately I went with Emmanuel Mogbo, who picked up a double-double, tied his career high with 18 points, and picked up 13 rebounds. He played really awesome.
He did play awesome, and this game in general, they came out with so much energy. It was good to see them finally get a win on the board. And I mean, along with Emmanuel Mogbo, Teal Daniels had an awesome game. I mean, he was throwing dunk after dunk. He was so fun to watch.
Yeah, this team last night, they played great. They looked like a team. They were passing it around. They were feeding it to each other. And like you said before, there were so many dunks. This game was so fun to watch.
So fun to watch. In fact, our very own producer, Travis Green, I think made a video dedicated to Teal Daniels and his dunking game last night.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Damn, Daniels. Damn, Daniels.
That video is so funny.
I mean, it's so funny, and it's true. I mean, you got to give it to Teal Daniels. He did awesome.
Everybody was saying that in the crowd, so it's pretty awesome that Travis made a video.
Thanks, Travis, for that video. The Colorado State softball team will face Long Beach State this Friday at 2 p.m. in Palm Springs, California. The Rams look to come back from their most recent loss in the UNLV tournament against Grand Canyon. The Rams had an overall 3-2 record in the UNLV tournament.
And a big shout out to the men and women's track and field team as they compete this weekend in New Mexico for the Mountain West Conference Championships. For those interested in watching the competition, visit www.mwc.com.
It's just so unique and so special to be a part of this team. I have never personally ever played on a team that's this good.
History is written by the victors, and after winning 21 games in a row, the Colorado State women's basketball team has placed itself at the top of the record books.
Honestly, I don't think it's really sunk in yet. I think after the season, we're gonna be like, wow, we really beat the school record. But right now, we're just taking one game at a time, and we just wanna, be able to just win more games.
With 21 straight wins, the Rams have surpassed the previous record of 19, which was achieved by the 98-99 team led by Becky Hammond.
It's really cool because people keep comparing us to her team, and so that's obviously awesome because Becky Hammond's a legend and a role model to so many, and to see her success and to be compared to her is like, it's an honor pretty much.
It feels good to be a part of history. I'm glad this group gets to be in the record books for probably a long time, and we have a lot of respect for Becky Hammond and those teams. We've heard so many stories about those teams and that team in particular. Becky Hammond's the golden child of Colorado State women's basketball. Win the moment. Whether we're in the weight room, you win that 1 hour. Whether you're in the film session, you win that film session. Whether you're in a math class, you win the classroom. So we compartmentalize and talk about winning that way.
It's quite possible that in another 17 years from now, people will still be talking about the 2015 and 16 Colorado State women's basketball team and how their effort rewrote history.
Hey Rams, as you can tell, this week is looking a bit different than our regular show. I'm missing the other part of Double Trouble. Grace is out sick tonight, but we've still got plenty of sports in store for you, so let's get started. The women's basketball team did it again and got a win against New Mexico, 49-48. Wednesday night win was CSU's second win at New Mexico since 1998, and boy was it a close one. New Mexico missed a last-second shot that allowed the Rams to escape with the win. The Rams can clinch a share of the Mountain West title on Saturday against Nevada, so make sure you head out to the game at 2 for that one. And in other basketball news, the men's basketball team is still missing their top shooter, John Clavel. And last week we took a look at how the Clavel's senior year didn't play out the way he wanted. But this week we're taking a look at the positive attitude he has.
I mean, what's the point of pouting, getting mad, being frustrated, being sad? What's the point of all that? I mean, I gotta at least be happy because I'm blessed that I still have a scholarship. I go to school here. I'm blessed that I still got a scholarship, I got a place to live, I got a family, and I got kids that look up to me. So at the same time, I gotta be a good example for them. I gotta be a good example for my teammates.
Gian is a proud Puerto Rican and feels that he owes a lot to his home country, and he wants to be something big that comes out of somewhere so small.
I'm doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my family, and of course I'm doing it for my city, for my island. As we know, Puerto Rico is not that big, and there's not too many people that comes out of Puerto Rico and are successful. So it's always proud to represent Puerto Rico, and having little kids here at CSU in Puerto Rico look up to you, it's just a blessing.
Gian's ultimate goal is to be a good role model, and he understands that a lot of people are watching the things he does, but knowing that kids look up to him is the best feeling.
Anytime everybody looks at you, and then especially little kids, they add you on Facebook and they will message you saying, hey, can you give me any drills to be better? I wanna be just like you. You know, just like that little thing right there is what pushed me to be a better player, a better person.
Gian truly has an inspiring outlook about missing this season and keeping a smile on his face. We hope Gian can receive a medical red shirt so we can see him out on the court next year. Now, for all of you Hollywood Higgins fans, you know this weekend for Richard is a big one. He's participating in the NFL Combine, so I figured we would take a look at some of Richard's biggest moments of the season. We wish Richard and DeAndre Elliott the best of luck at the Combine. And that is all the time I have for you guys tonight, but make sure to stay tuned in for the break, after the break, for an exclusive entertainment interview with Courtney Fromm.